is a glorious summer night here in Pittsburgh, and tonight the Pirates play host to Cleveland. What better than a baseball game on this beautiful night? We got one for you coming up. Welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Bob Walk with you. Robbie Ince-Mikowski coming up in just a little bit. Well, the Pirates are trying to find some consistency this season, and one of the guys that has been the young reliable, I suppose. You can't say old reliable with Kevin Newman in his second season, but he has just continued to hit here in the month of August, hasn't he?
He sure has. I mentioned last night in the game, it looks just like Newman of last year, what he's doing. That, he's really tough to strike out. He's always, even when it's an 0-2 count, you still know he's going to get that ball put in play. And, it's not like he gets real soft contact all the time. He hits the ball hard, and when you get that contact like he does, the consistency, you're going to find those base hits. And also, even when you do get some soft contact, there's that luck that's involved. So, Newman looks like a guy that could hit 300 forever.
He's hitting 378 in August so far, and trying to find that consistency. You got to get some guys some playing time. The Pirates trying to evaluate everybody that they got on the roster, and Jose Osuna and JT Riddle haven't started in a while.
Yeah, they haven't been out there. This is going to be kind of, I think, difficult for them, to be honest with you. You can't really stay that sharp when you're not getting ABs. But they're out there tonight, and we're going to see Osuna the first time this season anyway, over at third base, see what he can do, and the evaluation continues.
Yeah, Riddle got some time in center field with the Marlins last year, so he'll get that nod here tonight behind Stephen Brault. The lefty will go against Cleveland.
AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by First Energy. The future of energy is getting brighter. See how at firstenergycorp.com. And by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Let's go Bucks!
Wish you were here at PNC Park. Pirates playing host to Cleveland. The gates all closed up, but this is your peek inside the yard. Stephen Brault a few minutes ago, bidding his warm-ups. Getting set to be the starting pitcher when he has been the starting pitcher. He's been awfully good in that little that he has been.
Yeah, we just haven't seen enough of him, and needs to be out there a little longer. He's been, kept under pitch counts. He had that problem with his shoulder, wasn't it, coming out of spring training, and so they were still, treating him kind of with kid gloves early on. But at some point, they're going to have to release him here and see what he can do. I imagine he's still under a pitch count, but it's probably significant enough to where if he pitches well, he could get through 5 innings.
Yeah, no piggyback attached to Brault's start tonight, and he'll face a Cleveland lineup. They struggled to score this year, but there's some big names in there. Cesar Hernandez atop the order, and then Jose Ramirez, a 2-time All-Star. Francisco Lindor, the 4-time All-Star. And then Carlos Santana last night, 5 RBIs after just 4 all season. Ramiro Reyes, big home run hitter. Jordan Luplow, the ex-Bucco. Domingo Santana with good career numbers against Brault, Perez, and DeShields. Round out the order for the visitors tonight.
I'll take a look at Stevens' numbers on the year. 3 of his games, as we were just talking about, were starts. His one relief appearance was a disaster, I guess you could
Didn't
say.
get anybody out?
Yeah, it was a really a total mess. And the outing before that, his start up before that, that was the 3 innings where he faced 9 hitters. It was,
Against the Cubs.
Yeah, it was no explanation. He went from a unhittable to couldn't get anybody out in just a matter of 5 days. So hopefully he'll be right back and pitch well tonight.
And defensively, there's JT Riddle out in center field. Got some work in that position last year with the Marlins. Flanking him, Reynolds and Polanco, the Honda defense, with Osuna, Newman, Frazier, and Moran. Third around to first, and Stallings will catch Brault tonight. There's Jose over at third base with Moran at first. And Hernandez at the plate. We told you it's nice. 76 at game time. Hope he had a chance to get outdoors. Just a beautiful day, turning into evening.
Went to North Park for a while today.
You did?
Get out on the way.
That's great.
nice to get out,
It's a two-part day for you.
see people kind of just walking around and enjoying things. A lot of fun.
Well, we're enjoying being able to bring you a ball game. What else would you want to do? 3-1. Leadoff hitter. Now, Cleveland, you wouldn't think with that lineup we just showed you that they've struggled to score runs. Coming into this series, the fewest runs per game out of all 30 teams. But Brault walks the leadoff man and certainly don't want to give him anything.
Well, that's kind of one of the things that you think about with Brault. You can see his pitch usage, brought to you by Sheely's, is the command. When he is pitching well, he's throwing a lot of strikes, able to command his off-speed stuff, the slider and the changeup, get both those pitches in the strike zone. When he's had trouble, then a lot of times you can look to control.
Oh, no doubt. Now, you talked about that start he had against the Cubs. That was a planned piggyback start. So Chad Kuhl was supposed to come in the fourth inning and did. But if that wasn't the case, Brault might have gone 5-6 innings that day.
Oh, easy, yeah. He was rolling.
That was as good as he's ever looked. But you looked at the fastball usage is down, meaning he's throwing more breaking stuff and off-speed stuff, which is a baseball trend. It's a Pirates trend this year. And the fastball has been very effective for him. So maybe that's a reason why. Facing Jose Ramirez, one of the American League RBI leaders. Cleveland comes in there right in the thick of things. 14-9.
It's some great pitching.
The best.
And you know they're going to hit. You know, you look at their names and the batting averages and stuff like that that's next to them, and they're not really where they should be or where you think they should be. I know Greg and I were talking a lot last night about, you know, let's just ignore those numbers until they leave town. 'Cause you know that at some point they're going to get clicking, and you just don't want it to be against you.
Those are the ranks with all the teams. And that's Sandy Alomar Jr., who is acting manager. As Terry Francona undergoing a scheduled medical procedure. So wishing Tito speedy recovery following that. But planned thing, so they've got Sandy Alomar Jr. in that role. And they've got the man who was the hero last night waiting in the hole, Carlos Santana. 1-2 on Ramirez. 92. Now, he turned it back on in the second half of last season. You talk about this, you know, the capabilities of this lineup over the last 3 years or so. He's among the better hitters in the American League.
Yeah, that's one of the oddities about this season is guys like him aren't going to be able to turn it on the second half. There is no second half.
There's barely, not even a first half.
Yeah, there's 6 more weeks. So
we'll see some.
you can't salvage a year. You
Yeah.
can't salvage a season. There's going to be none of that. You better get it right and do it from the beginning, and then you hope if you make the playoffs, keep things rolling.
The law of averages don't apply because there's just not enough. Brault trying to put away Ramirez. This will be the 8th pitch to him coming up. Hernandez has not attempted a steal. Now the count even, and Ramirez will take you deep into counts. Lindor waiting. Another guy with that 239 average, not a lot of run production yet. one of the game's biggest stars. And we just showed you that the slider, the changeup, used more for Brault. What can he use as a put-away pitch? Could the fastball be a put-away pitch for him?
Oh, yeah, anything can. The fastball's always been a put-away pitch for him. He's had one of those fastballs that plays better than the radar gun says. I mean, he's no stranger to the swing and miss on his fastball. So, yeah, certainly could be a put-away pitch.
94 tried to do it on the W.B. Mason strike zone. And the 11th pitch is coming up. Hernandez walked. Brault trying to avoid another base on balls. And a twisting fly out to right. Polanco will give ground. And Frazier able to track that down. So Brault wins the battle thanks to Frazier.
That was a pretty nice play. I mean, you got Polanco running in on you. So you got to be a little fearless right here. I think that's why you saw Frazier reach as far as he could to make that catch. He didn't want to get like right underneath it, just in case Polanco was still coming hard.
We remember Phillip Evans and what happened as he and Polanco were converging foul ground in the right field.
Polanco is a big, solid man, and when he gets up a full head of steam, you don't want to be in front of him.
That's a big first out. Trying to keep Hernandez honest. Moran over there again at first. Moran with more starts at first than at third base this season. And still the batter's eye, a little bit in that evening sunshine still for maybe the first inning. Now we're starting to see hints of fall. And tonight's umpiring crew: Trip Gibson works the plate, Ben May at first, Dan Isonia, he's the crew chief at second. He was at third base last night. Andy Fletcher gets that call tonight, and Dan Isonia having to judge a ball that was hit 120 feet over the wall and over the foul pole last night for a home run. Santana didn't believe it was a home run. Shaking his head there.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
It was close.
A lot of controversy on that one.
He probably had the best viewpoint, but still, I don't think anybody could say one way or the other. The mystery of the game.
The guys in the bullpen, I would say, maybe had the best viewpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're 90 degrees off the foul, off the foul line. So, I mean, as they're looking up to it, they can see the ball. Is it passing which side? Foul side or the fair side?
Yeah.
If you're looking from the bullpen.
That's why they're there. Because try to imagine deeming if there wasn't one there. But once in a great while, you see a mammoth home run hit over that. Check swing. Two balls, two strikes, already 20 pitches. Yeah, if we're talking about, Brault's pitch count, he hasn't thrown more than 37 in any of his outings. He hasn't gone more than 3 innings in any outing.
Well, they can't continue to keep it that low. They're going to have to let him go for a while, give him 60, 70 pitches.
Another full count. Crawford has not pitched in 10 days. So Derek Shelton, see, he's got to be effective too, don't forget. If he's effective, he can go a little bit longer, and that'll help. Striking out Lindor for the second out. Carlos Santana is coming up, and he had a season best day at the plate yesterday in the 10th inning in a tie game. Not quite Carlton Fisk. And then Sonia says, yep, home run. So the call on the field was home run. It's another viewpoint. And so the umpires, to their credit, decided to ask the umpires in New York to look at it. Call stood, meaning nothing conclusive from their end. So that was the decisive home run for Santana, who had more RBIs last night than he had all season. But another one of those guys that, you know, you see 194 and you go, okay, he's going to be hitting better.
Just get out of town before you start.
Yeah. And the bullpen yesterday, I think that's something that gets lost when the team loses. But Holland, Stratton, Turley, Rodriguez, Kella, 6 scoreless innings after the starter departed to give the Pirates an opportunity. So pitching did a pretty good number on Cleveland yesterday.
The bullpens are having to eat up so many innings every night.
Yeah, more innings than the starters have pitched this year. Yeah,
to me, it's amazing.
And some of it has to do with, okay, well, this guy hasn't been stretched out. There's been an injury, a last-minute spot start. And some of it has been ineffectiveness. And for a time, there was a Brault-Cool tandem pitching. Savali waiting to get in there. He'll start for Cleveland tonight. Yeah, Cleveland, conversely, their starters are averaging 6 innings a night and have double the amount of innings as the relievers. They also have the most effective pitching staff in baseball coming into tonight's action.
I wonder what they did to prepare for that. Whatever it was, worked. Starters are going deep in games right from the get-go.
Well, the Pirates try to do that with a couple of them. Musgrove is on the injured list. Williams has been stretched out from the get-go. I remember when Cleveland was here during the exhibition season, those guys were backing off of their starts, just like you'd see that final start in spring training.
And we're going to get a chance to hear from Trevor later on tonight.
Yeah, 3rd inning. Stay with us for that. Another full count. So every Cleveland hitter, all 4 in this inning, have had a 3-ball count. It would be the powerful Franmil Reyes should the inning continue. Hernandez will be on the move. I think he didn't get the memo right away. But no matter. Brault gets through the first. Now the Pirates come to bat against Aaron Savali. In their half of the first inning, now the Pirates will come to bat. And the RAV4 lineup for Derek Shelton tonight, Adam Frazier, and then Kevin Newman, who has been hot in August. Josh Bell is the DH tonight. Colin Moran cleans up at first. Reynolds hitting 5th, Polanco 6th. Jose Osuna in the lineup at 3rd. JT Riddle in center, and then Jacob Stallings hits 9th.
Savali's numbers in his 4 starts, not too bad. Way up to 25 innings.
Pirates actually saw him 4 weeks ago in one of those summer camp exhibition games. This is his first regular season start against the Pirates. I would imagine that helps the hitters at least to be familiar with the delivery, where the ball comes out, just having physically seen it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would think.
And maybe for him to
really
understand the hitter's
I can't
tendencies a little bit.
speak to that, but I would think it would probably do the hitters a little bit more than it's doing for the pitcher in that case.
Hernandez will collect the grounder.
You're not seeing enough of the hitters to really get some tendencies off what you're throwing, but they're, as you pointed out, getting to know your delivery and where you let go of the ball and that sort of thing.
Look at our barrel leaders. Kevin Newman among the lowest percentage of swings that miss. He very seldom swings and misses.
He puts the ball in play, and even when he's not making good contact, you're still going to get your share of hits. So then when he goes to a stretch like he is right now, where he's really centering the ball up and getting a lot of real firm contact, well, now he's finding 2, sometimes 3 holes a night.
And got a 7-game hitting streak. Hit that one too well.
That can happen.
He hit a few of those, and a couple will find the gaps. Quickly 2 up and 2 down. That's Delano DeShields out manning center field this evening. Flanking him, Jordan Luplow, and Domingo Santana moves over to right tonight with Ramirez, Lindor, Hernandez, and Santana. And Roberto Perez, who was the Gold Glove catcher. Lindor, the Gold Glove shortstop last year, and Jordan Luplow back here at PNC Park. Bell homered off Savali in that exhibition back on July 22nd here in this ballpark. Had that 2-run double last night that tied the game. A couple of curves from Savali to start. A look from just in the upper reaches of the Clemente wall. 3 straight curveballs, or I should say 3 out of 4. I think he threw him a changeup in there.
He's got quite an assortment. He is not a pitcher you're going to be able to go out there and really sit on things and be real aggressive looking fastball on.
With 2 strikes, just foul. A foot or so.
You're going to have to go up there with that good game plan of, okay, I'm going to try and drive the ball to the opposite gap, and I'm going to adjust to all the slow stuff. And maybe I'll get jammed on a fastball a couple times tonight. Maybe I'll fight it off for a base hit, but if I get something out over the plate, I'm going to be right on time.
At 2 outs, nobody on. That's how they play Bell. His fastball usage among the lowest in baseball. Keep a look on the lowdown all night. Facts and figures for you. Steady diet of curves. I think that got Perez, I think. He just came off the injury list yesterday.
Had the bad throwing shoulder, didn't he?
He's got a good one, so they wanted to make sure he mended up. No fastballs yet. The Bell in this sequence.
He's looking for the curveball, and I don't think he got the pitch to nod yes to.
Hard roller right to Carlos Santana. And a 1-2-3 inning for Savali. So 0-0 through 1. Stephen Brault back out. Someone get a ball out in the Allegheny yesterday. Polanco had a foul ball out that way.
There's been some folks standing down around the walkway down there during batting practice.
Not a bad idea.
Waiting for ball. They got their gloves on.
This is one of the rare parks where you can have a little peek in if you're walking on the bridge, or maybe a ball does sneak out, bounce out. Yeah, there's got the binoculars. It can last a lifetime, really, binoculars.
If you take care of them. Some guys, they have no respect for their binoculars. Just toss them around. Eyepieces get knocked all out of whack.
Seems like that gentleman takes care of his, and he's getting a little gander at the ball game.
Just have to have a little respect for your equipment.
And on Reyes to start. He went, and Brault has his second strikeout. Takes care of the big man to start the second. Look at our AHN Super Bowl.
Little slider, like his first strikeout was looking. I think it was on a high slider. So the slider's been his put-away pitch so far.
Yeah.
You asked me that earlier.
Jordan Luplow.
And he uses it for his get-ahead pitch.
That's a curveball.
At 74 mile an hour.
I don't think he's thrown one yet this year. He says he's going to keep it in his back pocket just to keep the fun in baseball.
It's kind of the same pitch. It's just different speed. If you look at the break on that one and look at the break on the swinging strike 3. There's not going to be much difference. But if you look at the velocity, there you go.
Knowing Brault, he probably said, okay, here's my ex-teammate. I haven't thrown it all year. I'm going to steal a strike with it. Luplow's had a tough go, 0-38. But was really, really good last year at hitting lefties. They had him platooned in the outfield.
It only hits a home run, right?
I believe so. Yeah, that sounds right. He cracks that one out to center. He's got a lot of power, but the ballpark's going to hold it. Riddle as the second out.
That one was hit well, but to the big part of the yard.
And it's time for the T-Mobile ticket to the game. And around baseball, Matt Carpenter, a 500 career hitter now with the bases loaded, his second career grand slam in that doubleheader against Chicago. The Cardinals took the first one, and the Cubs lead the second one. Kenta Maeda had Eric Sogard break up his no-hitter, leading off the ninth last night. Yordan Alvarez hitting the injury list for Houston. Talented rookie last year. Can you believe that, Matt Carpenter? I didn't know that. I was watching the game today. He's a 500 career hitter with the bases loaded. Pat Tabler eats your heart out, right?
I can't believe that Maeda 115 pitches is a career high.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
What's he been in the big leagues now? 5 years or so? 6 years?
He's,
As a veteran coming over from Japan.
Never thrown more than 115 pitches. That was when I'm looking at all those numbers, and that one jumped off at me. This being a little surprising. 500 career hitter with the bases loaded. That's winning some games for your club, because that
in 80 plate appearances.
That creates the big innings that win games.
Look at some news and notes around baseball. There's Bryant out. There's Newman, steady as she goes. And Stephen Brault back on track with a very quick 1, 2, 3 second. Ballpark, just a perfect day. What'd you do in North Park today? You said you were out?
Oh, we just took the grandkids to the playground. Let them, get up on the, we used to call it jungle gyms. I don't know what they call it nowadays. Just a bunch of bars with that spongy cushioning on the ground to save them if they fall.
Yeah, back when we were kids, it was all broken glass.
Yeah, no broken glass.
Oh.
We just had dirt. Sometimes you might have a little sand there. That's about all there was.
That was great.
I think I got on the swings for a little bit. I actually had 3 of the 4 grandkids there. And one of the older ones came with us to help us
Manage.
corral the other 2. And then we went to have ice cream at Brewster's, and the 4th grandchild showed up.
Yeah, once you dangle that.
She drives now, so she met us there.
Yeah.
So we had a good grandma and grandpa day.
That sounds like how you draw it up on a day like today. Luplow squeezes the out. Moran retired. 1 away. And there's no need to miss all your in-game favorites this season. You can download MLB Ballpark in the App Store. You can watch today's contestant take on Mitch Keller in Fast Bucks, presented by Sheets. You can watch today's matchup and more classics as part of the virtual ballpark experience on the Ballpark app. Really neat how the Pirates have tried to bring you some of the things that you may enjoy when you're here to that app. I know certainly that even with me, but probably you too, the technology starting to learn different things that maybe we wouldn't have used before, and trying to take advantage of that, at least as an approximation of what we're used to enjoying.
I thought Zoom was a car commercial.
Yeah. There's a ball zoomed in there by Savali, 93. Brian Reynolds' life will be zooming pretty soon. He and his wife Blair are expecting their first child, a boy, next month. And Savali, his strikeout pitch is the fastball there. 5 up and 5 down for the Cleveland starter. Look at how that started in. Wow. No wonder he didn't swing at that. He thought that's inside.
Yeah, great movement on that fastball. Brought it back in. That's that pitch I've talked to you before, but Dodgers used to be so good at saying that's the Tim Belcher pitch. Yeah.
Joe Musgrove has tried to use that when he's been out there this year. Go into the shift, and Savali has an 8-pitch second inning. 0-0 through 2.
It's Military Wednesday at PNC Park. I'm Robbie Mikowski. In our interview on Pirates pregame, Pirates manager Derek Shelton wore this shirt for the Veterans Leadership Program, one that he supports, a program that began back in 1982. And the Pirates partnered with PNC Bank and Pirates Charities to make a donation, $5,000. That donation went to the Veterans Leadership Program, whose mission is to empower veterans to navigate the transitions into life, serves nearly 4,000 vets annually. Now, the Veterans Leadership Program, if you want to donate, visit veteransleadershipprogram.org/donate. They provide an array of comprehensive supportive service programs in order to increase their self-sufficiency. So Joe and Bob, a very nice cause, and very nice of Derek to wear this shirt during his pregame interview today in support of the Veterans Leadership Program. Gentlemen?
Yeah, Robbie, thanks for highlighting that. And it ties in with the Pirates uniforms as a dedication to the U.S. military. Pirates Charities doing their thing again. To find worthwhile causes. And Derek Shelton, I think that's as we learn about Shelty as a manager, as a person, we're seeing that every day tries to highlight a worthy cause. Brault's getting back in rhythm, too.
Change up. Just put away pitch.
He's got all righties.
See, that's the true answer to what a put away pitch is. It depends on who's hitting, what the situation is, what's the count.
Previous swing.
Yeah. Then you know what put away pitch might be.
Relievers, it might be different, right? You might have just two pitches.
For an elite stuff guy, yeah. If
Keone Kela,
yeah.
He's got that great curveball. He's probably going to try to finish you off with that.
You're going to try to get you
most of the time.
Yeah, throw in the dirt. Definitely power fastball guys, guys that throw the ball over 100 mile an hour. Yeah, there's no secret what the finishing put away pitch is.
Brault lets his fielders get active.
For the normal, the regular run-of-the-mill pitchers, the non-superheroes, your put-away pitch is whatever is the right pitch for the right moment. So that's why I always have a problem. I'm sure you've noticed that I'm not big on what's the game plan tonight? What are we going to do here? The game plan is what you're going to throw on the first pitch of the game. After that,
you just got to see what's going on.
The second pitch of the game depends on what happened on the first pitch. How the hitter react to it. Did you throw a strike or a ball?
I think of Anthony DeSclafani the other night when the Pirates got 9 runs off him in 2 innings. Well, he's thinking, all right, I'm going to maybe try to do this or that, just like every pitcher does. You got a kind of a general idea. Well, nothing's going right. They're hitting everything. Well, then what? You're looking for something. Some nights you don't have anything. We're going to bring in Trevor Williams in the bottom of the 3rd here in this scoreless game. Stick with us. Pitchers duel. Brault versus Savali. And we got another pitcher for you. If you like pitching, here's more. Trevor Williams joining us tonight. Trevor, thanks for coming on with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure with you guys.
Got to be enjoying this so far. Both guys are pitching some contact. A couple of really quick innings. Maybe your buddy Brault there, the first inning maybe took a little longer, but since then, these guys are filling up the strike zone. You like that? Yeah,
we were, Chad and I were talking about it in the first. It's a 30-pitch first inning, but no one got past first base. So it's one of those grinder firsts. But, they came out swinging the second and third, and we got some quick outs.
You never really know what those hitters are going to be like. Are they going to be aggressive, or are they going to be, patient and make you work, try to get you into deep counts? You always got to figure that out, don't you?
Well, especially in the first inning here, when you have golden hour and the sun's right over the awning up here, the hitter's eye is pretty bright. So you have to. It's always hit or miss. Either some teams are going to be coming out swinging, or some teams are going to be more apprehensive at the plate and really sitting on one pitch.
Oh, it's interesting. I hadn't thought about that, especially for maybe a team from the American League that hasn't played here all that often.
Right. And
yeah.
It's always encouraging when you give up, as a starting pitcher, you give up a 2 or 3 spot in the first inning, and then the hitter's eye is bright, and then our hitters come back and say, "You can't see anything." It's like, the other team had no problem.
Excellent feeling. I know what you mean.
They changed the start time to 6:48 tonight, so we can figure that one out.
Yeah.
How about for you? Bob and I have talked about your changeup has really emerged this year. Is that something you're going to continue to keep going with?
I hope so. It's a pitch that has become an equalizer. It enhances the fastball, and enhances the slider, enhances the changeup. It's one of those where you work with it in the bullpen so often, you're trying to make it look as much as you can as your four seam. Mine has a little more tilt to it, where it looks like my sinker, so it plays better after I throw it with my sinker. But we've been having a lot of effect with it, really in all counts. So we're going to hopefully keep going to it as long as it's effective, and as long as we're getting quick outs, and it's been helping me against left-handed hitters.
You ever just play catch with it? Just like you know, in a normal game of catch, but instead of using your regular grip, you use this change-up grip every time?
What I like to do is, a lot of people say, you know, throw it from 90 feet, throw it from 110 feet, but for me, I feel like I get under it more. I have to think more like I'm throwing a split finger fastball with it, where it shoots my hand forward and it shoots my fingers forward, and it helps me increase my hand speed, which to the hitter, that's where you sell the changeups, with the hand speed and the arm speed. So it's helped me when I throw it closer than when I throw it further away playing catch.
That's interesting how that all kind of works in together. The fastballs look good, and see those hitter swings. It's just like Trevor Williams of old. Not that you're old.
No, I'm getting up there. You know, I'm a projectable 28 years old now.
Projectable.
Yeah, so as soon as I shave my beard off, then I'll look a little younger. But hopefully that's a good rip.
Yeah, that's a nice hit for Stallings.
Yeah, so it's been fun to play with, and it's been fun to game plan with. You know, when you have a changeup going along with spin, you have so many different options as a pitcher, right-handed and left-handed. And I think the best pitch in the game is a right-on-right changeup and a left-on-left changeup. So it's fun to break those out, especially when that isn't really in the report against you.
Well, it will be.
Yeah, it will be, and then that's when you start playing chess with it. And it's, you know, the last 3 starts we've been heavy with right-on-right changeups, and now maybe we have to start spinning it more, and maybe we have to start setting it up differently, and it's fun, and that's pitching, and that's what we live for, and that's what we love game planning for, and that's why every 5 days we take it so serious as starting pitchers.
We were just talking about the game plan, and you got to look over the hitters. You got to figure out their tendencies and yours. Shattered bat. But how much do you have to deviate from that during a game?
You know what? You could have the perfect game plan going into it, and then the first hitter shows you something, and you go immediately to plan B, and if plan B doesn't work, then you go immediately to plan C, and that's where our guys are so good and our catchers are so good at recognizing that, where they'll play catch with you before the game, and they'll see what you have that day. They'll catch you in the bullpen, and then they'll go take you hitter by hitter, also watching the game as it's unfolding. You know, if you thought you were going to steal a lot of strikes with spin early and they start jumping on it, then it's like, well, maybe second time through we can see if that's going to work. But that's the beauty of baseball. That's the beauty of game planning, where it could all go awry immediately.
Yeah, you got to be fast on your feet. You got to be able to evolve and think out there on that mound.
Exactly. It's a controlled chaos. Everything's freaking out on you out there, with runners on, with hitters showing you different tendencies. Like, you could watch your last 15 ABs against, let's just say, Carlos Santana, and he shows you one thing, and then immediately you're the first AB, he shows you something completely different, and then you just have to scrap. And that's where, as pitchers continue to pitch and you pitch long enough, you recognize the first thing you go to are your strengths. Secondly, then you go to hitters' weaknesses. So if it's going to be a fun night at the park when your strengths coincide with hitters' weaknesses.
Even up on Frazier. You know, I want to know about you're going to go against Shane Bieber tomorrow, and he's off to a good start. That's got to get the juices flowing, right? The guy that's been pitching well, and you've been pitching well, and
yeah, he's a great young pitcher in the game. He's been pitching really well this year. I told him yesterday he's lucky that pitchers don't hit anymore, because he'd have a tough time with me yesterday or tomorrow. But he's a guy I'm thankful I don't have to bunt anymore. That's for sure.
Yeah, that is out to center. Trevor, you want to stick around for one more?
I got nothing
you got anything,
to do.
No, anything going on?
I'm in a comfy seat, so I'll sit and hang with you guys.
PNC Park, and the site of tomorrow's series finale against Cleveland. Trevor Williams going to get the start against Shane Bieber, who leads all of baseball in strikeouts. And that will come to an end tomorrow. How about that? Our coverage starts with Pirates pregame, presented by WB Mason. There's Mr. Bieber. Join us tomorrow night, 6:30, 7:05. There's Trevor, who's been joining us tonight. Okay, so I got to know, 2 kids under 1 during quarantine. How did that go?
It was a blast. We had a lot of fun with it, and the biggest blessing was seeing everything in real time. You know, seeing my daughter go from crawling to pulling herself up to walking in real time, to my son from just being a blob to rolling over and starting to crawl. So it's been a blast. Really got to see their personalities come about, and see my oldest be an awesome big brother to those 2.
Well, that's awesome. I know Jackie deserves a lot of credit, too.
She does. She's a super mom right now. I know they're watching, so hello, guys.
And And hello with Ramirez reaching on a rare miscue by Newman out at short.
I thought you were going to say hello, Newman.
It's too easy sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Trevor, can you tell us a little bit, too, about what you've been doing? I know the Pirates Charities, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, during this time, you've tried to help out in your Project 34 that has been going on. What's going on charitably for you?
During this time of unknown and uncertainty, the biggest thing for us and for Pirate Charities was the community food bank, the Greater Pittsburgh Area Community Food Bank, and you should never have to be worrying about where your next meal is coming from and worrying if you're getting healthy food or unhealthy food. And that was something that Jackie and I really wanted to be connected with. Project 34, we're starting to award grants. We just finished a staircase in West Virginia for a family that has been out for the last 2 Project 34 nights. So that family was extremely thankful. We just, sad news and the reality of COVID, the person that we awarded our first grant to with Project 34 passed away from COVID last week. So it hit us hard with that one, and it just made this disease more, or this virus more real for us, and especially for somebody with a spinal cord injury, you're further at risk with the compromised immune system.
Well, you guys do some amazing work, and I just wanted to make sure that while we had you, you could share with everybody what you guys have been doing. That's great. And sorry to hear about the first person that received the grant too. That's tough news. With everything that you've been doing too on the mound, I wanted to kind of transition back into baseball. One other question I had about you against lefties. Didn't go well last year. This year it's going great. Pitching in, is that doing anything for you?
I think it's a culmination of a lot. I think the changeup has been helping a lot. I think the addition of a bigger spin, as my slider as well as my curveball, has been helping. That should be 2. That's so much fun. Baseball's fun. The bigger spin, the tighter spin, and I think it's just a lot of just mixing it around. I think more teams are starting to stack lefties against me, so when you have more lefties, you have more chances to get them out, which is always nice. You could have a lineup where you have 2 lefties in the lineup, and those 2 lefties thump you, and the next start, it's like, well, lefties are hitting 800 off you. It's like, well, they've only had 3 ABs off me, so the changeup has been playing well, moving the fastball around, and we've had some great plays behind me too, so that always helps.
You and Steven have always been kind of, well, I know you're buddies, but you've been kind of the same as far as style of pitching. Fastball heavy. You guys love to throw the fastballs. And now you kind of are like, mixing in breaking pitches, throwing a lot more changeups, both of you. At the same time, do you kind of feed off each other a little bit, share notes, even though one of you is right-handed, the other one's left-handed?
It is funny trying to game plan with a left-handed pitcher, because this is a completely different lineup than I'm going to get tomorrow. I mean, maybe 2 guys are going to be different, but as far as game planning, the game is evolving, the game is changing. I think hitters are starting to jump the high fastball now, and I think it just comes in waves where the sinker might be in for a couple of years, heater up might be in for a couple of years, and now you just have to adapt with the game, and whatever hitters are giving you, you have to fight back with that. So if we know guys are going to start jumping up heaters, maybe now's the time to spin more. Maybe now's the time to blow up the bottom of the zone with fastballs and finish up in the zone rather than living at the top of the zone. So it's going to be interesting the next few years. I mean, stylistically, pitchers that have been around for a long time have adapted and have changed. I mean, you look at the guys around the league that have been pitching for 10 years plus. Even, for example, Holland, he's had to change the way that he's pitched, but then you have other staples that your go-to, and it's your identities that you never lose.
Well, that's some good behind-the-scenes insight. Well, Trevor, we'll let you get back to your preparations for tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you,
so
man.
much. Trevor Williams joining us tonight. Pirates still in a scoreless ball game. Newman is down a strike on that little 2-seamer from Savali that he has thrown a lot tonight. Starting it away and then getting that outer edge. He's given up the hit in this game. Stallings with a 2-out single. Thanks again to Trevor Williams for.
Yeah, it's very. I liked it. I was trying to think of some of the things that he was talking about there. I really like the fact that he mentioned the right on right changeup, left on left changeup being a great pitch in the game. I've always tried to use that to evaluate guys' changeups. Guys that can throw changeups successfully to hitters that swing the bat the same way they throw the baseball, left on left, right on right. To me, I think that's the mark of an excellent changeup if you can do that. And after watching what Trevor has done this year in a very short amount of time with his changeup, what's really dawned on me, what makes that changeup effective if you're going to go right on right is you got to be able to command it. And he's been able to do that. Like he's spotting it like somebody would spot a fastball. He's throwing a changeup to spots. I think that's a little uncommon. You see a lot of guys that are throwing changeups. They can throw them all day long to that arm side right there, like you just saw that pitch. I think that was a changeup.
Yeah.
To the arm side home plate. I mean, it's just natural. It goes there all the time. But getting it to the other side of the plate is a difficult task to do it consistently. And
because if you put it in a bad spot.
If you don't get it out there and it comes right down the middle, that right-hand hitter, he's going to get a good pass at it.
Good look at some of those Point Park tweets.
I thought that was some very interesting comments he was making about the changeup.
Yeah, and how it plays off his two-seam fastball more than the four-seam fastball, just the way, some of the things that undoubtedly the hitters will tell you that, but also with all the technology that's out there, these super high-speed cameras that can see that and measure that, and maybe it comes from that, maybe it comes from the
well, you
feel.
can see when you let go of it, and it depends on what kind of grip you're going to, or how you're placing the ball in your grip. If you want it to look like a four-seamer, well, then it's got to come out of your hand with the four seams into the wind. If you want it to look like a two-seamer, it's got to have the two seams into the wind. It's just, the way it is, depending on what you want it to look like. If you want it to look like a football, you throw it like that. Just spiral. Now there, you see the dot. You can see that dot. That's what hitters have told me that they can pick up about the slider is you see that dot, and you know it's going to be a slider.
And that blue dot, that's because of the marking on the baseball. That tells you, who the commissioner is. Savali engaging in this pitcher's duel.
On AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel Acura. Buy your next vehicle from the convenience of your own home. Barrel Acura delivers, literally. And by AHN, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates and fans like you. Let's go Bucks!
Twilight in Pittsburgh. No score. Jacob Stallings receives that one. He has the lone hit of the game. Stephen Brault, even though only faced 4 hitters in that first inning through 29 pitches, it looked like he might be off to a rough start, but has really locked in since. He's had 2 base runners against him, that leadoff walk to start the game, and then an error behind him.
If he gets out of this game at some point here, probably maybe even after this next inning, he's still throwing a shutout. When's the last time Pirate pitchers made 4 consecutive starts without giving up a run?
Well, there you have it. Of any distance, right?
So, yeah, I'm just saying 4 starts. I'm not saying how long he pitched.
One will get through. The first hit for Cleveland tonight. I think Blass had 3 shutouts in a row in '68. Those are complete games. The Pirates have you covered as you enjoy games from home with the Total Tailgate Sweepstakes. The whole backyard setup is included. You get a tent, grill, food, beverage, everything. Party games too. No purchase is necessary. You got to be 21 or older to win. For complete rules and to enter, go to pirates.com/tailgate. Might have been Trevor Williams in that 2018 second half.
Yeah. That'd be a good bet.
I want to go look right now and see if I can find that. Yeah, he had 10 scoreless starts of 6 or more innings that year. I don't know if they were consecutive, but some of them had to have been. Look at the lowdown and getting ahead of hitters. He is doing that more. $11 of 15 tonight. And there it is, 73%. So he's getting ahead tonight. Hadn't been doing that really the last couple of outings. And slow roller, just in the right spot. And Reyes going to try to chuck to third. They're going to take advantage of the arm of Polanco. Didn't get it in quickly.
I was really surprised that he went to third base on that, because I thought that as he was going around second, there was a hesitation there. Like he was thinking about it. Let's see if there was. See him look over his shoulder just as he touched the bag, and then he thought, I'm going to go for it.
Reyes is young, and a big guy, so you wouldn't have expected him to do it, but teams have tried to take advantage of Polanco, who did throw out a base runner in the Cincinnati series at second base. Well, Bob, thanks to Jacob Jaffe, one of our statisticians tonight, he tells us that no Pirate in the modern era, so in our lifetimes basically, has had 4 consecutive scoreless starts.
Well, I jinxed him, so we won't have one now either. Probably. Got a runner at third, nobody out.
For once, it's on you and not me.
Yep.
It never happens.
I thought I'd take the pressure off you tonight.
Santana has been in a rough go, 5 for his last 45, but he has very good career numbers against Brault.
If I'd have been smart, I'd have waited until there was like 2 outs, nobody on.
Can't help your curiosity. Right in his glove, and he get a double play. Wow. Fun, he says.
Hey, now that stranding that runner to third is looking a little bit better. That's what you call getting 2 quick outs.
Yowza. Right in that glove. Oof. I mean, he wasn't even out of the box, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah.
And that wry smile from Brault. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he can do it all on a baseball field.
Isn't that a little baseball justice? That ball just snuck through past Frazier because of how they were positioned. Kind of
It's supposed to all even out. It usually doesn't happen that quick.
Yeah. And then Santana blasts the ball, but it's right in the glove, and there's your double play. Trying to get through Perez. Good stop by Stallings, with Reyes still lurking at third. Trying to keep this game scoreless. For this year, at least, by far the longest Brault has gone in a game, pitches and innings. But you were saying that, Bob. I mean, if
If the hitters would cooperate, get through 5 innings, and that's probably what he's going to do tonight.
And then build from there even.
At some point, they had to let him go up, 70, 80 pitches.
Oh, this is nice. 5 scoreless innings for Steven Brault.
Put the reverse jinx on him.
UPMC scoreboard. Pirates in Cleveland are scoreless. Derek Shelton talking it over with his starting pitcher. A little laughter right there after this one. Look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. That is how long the ball was in the air. Less than a third of a second.
That home run that went over the foul pole last night was 111, I believe. That's 110.8.
Hit about the same velocity, same speed, except no one caught that ball, and that ball was hit right at Steven Brault, and he had a third of a second. It's just got to be basically hit at your glove, right? I mean, there's nothing you could do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can move it a little bit, but not much. You got to hope it's not hit at your body, because it's going to tag you. It's going to hurt.
Yeah, instead of a bruise and a run, you got 2 outs out of the deal. That's pretty good. Struck out looking his first time around. Meanwhile, Savali, he's just been motoring along as well.
He's only thrown 50 pitches. No, 49.
And Tripp Gibson hearing it from the Pirate bench. Riddle looks guilty. No, he just happens to be standing in the midst of the Brain Trust. And Reynolds has been visibly frustrated on a number of occasions. You see some called strikes that he hadn't liked before. Didn't see it at all last year. Everything was going very well for Reynolds all year. First really prolonged difficulty so far in the major leagues. Hernandez has the first out. Only played 101 games at AA and AAA for that sensational rookie season.
Everybody gets challenged.
Polanco. Talk about the challenge that he has faced, a 3 for 41. That is a challenging start. What is interesting about that, if you can provide any glimmer of hope for Gregory, he's hit the ball hard, which is something that when he's hit the ball, he has missed it a lot. But that's something that Derek Shelton was talking about, that he has hit the ball hard. And there are 2 other instances in Pirate history. That's only 2, though, in the last 100 years where a guy has started a season like this, 3 for 40-something. Pedro Alvarez back at 13 when he led the league in home runs. And Willie Stargell back in 1970. He started 3 for 46. He still hit 31 home runs that year. Doesn't mean that Polanco is going to turn around and have a fantastic season, but there are at least some tangible signs.
That was the beginning of a 6-month season.
Right. That's one thing that goes against
difference.
Yes. But could he finish these last 40 games or so and be more Polanco-like from, let's say, that 3-month stretch in 18? That remains to be seen, but that's the hope. Yeah, he's not going to hit 36 home runs. But I don't think he's going to hit 070 either. Yeah, the really tough part about it is he has swung and missed at half the pitches that he's swung at. He has missed half of them. That is the 2nd highest total in baseball. So he makes contact more, then you can start seeing that actually turning around.
And you're not talking about balls he's fouling off. You're saying clean misses. Right?
Anytime he swings the bat, if he misses like that, it's happened half the time. Or foul is in contact.
Yeah.
So it has been a rough go. And as you know, on that mound, there is no mercy.
No, nobody feels sorry for anybody. It's competition. It's at the highest level, and everybody's got a lot on at stake all the time. Careers sometimes.
And Jose Osuna, who before tonight had not played in 2.5 weeks, has the second Pirate hit tonight.
So that's one of those times where you're staying back. And go ahead.
Okay. Well, I just want to remind you that you don't have to miss your in-game favorites when you download the MLB Ballpark app in the App Store. You can find out who won today's Great Pittsburgh Pierogi Race presented by Mrs. T's Pierogies. You can watch today's race and more as part of the virtual ballpark experience on the Ballpark app. Some of our fans that we miss.
When I was talking about Sun Valley earlier in the game, I was talking about you can't be really aggressive. Just think opposite gap, try to adjust to the slow stuff. And I said, you're going to get jammed a couple of times if we make some good fastball pitches on the inside. But hopefully you're strong enough, you might be able to fight one of those off and bloop it in. That's exactly what I was talking about with Osuna's at bat right there.
So each team with 2 paltry singles tonight. It's been a pitcher's duel. This Pirates pitching change is brought to you by Sheely's. That was the subject of much debate last night. The other one, the foul pole.
Should be called the fair pole, I guess.
Another debate.
Hit it, ball's fair, not foul. Neverauskas, his numbers brought to you by Sheely's. Coming on for the 8th time so far. Has pitched 7 innings to this point.
And so Brault done after 5 scoreless innings. Delano to Shields. 9-1-2 for Cleveland. Both teams with 2 singles. First game on the mound for Neverauskas in 12 days. Pirates were idled 6 of the 8 days prior to the series with some postponements and 1 scheduled off day. Weak pop out to Moran. Leadoff man gone in the 6th inning. And here's our Geico Make It Easy play. Made it look easy.
He did make it look easy. He had the slider going, changeups going. And as you pointed out, I think last inning he was out there. One of the real things he had going was getting ahead of the hitters. And that always puts you in the driver's seat when you throw strike 1.
So for Brault this year as a starting pitcher, 4 starts, 12 innings, no runs. That's good. Now back to the top of the order with Hernandez. Cleveland put together a little bit of a threat. Their 2 hits were strung together leading off last inning. That's going to hit the gap and head toward the notch. Extra bases for Hernandez. Thinking 3, but he'll put on the brakes here with 1 out. always a consideration with one away.
Oh, yeah, that's... I was kind of surprised that he decided early on that he would just take the double. I mean, if you're going to get a triple, it's going to be in that notch out there where you put the ball. And very important to get to third with 1 out, if you can do it. But you know, obviously you don't want to just run into an out either. You got to be smart about it. He decided that he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, being at second, and it's better than having 2 outs and being back in the dugout.
Yeah.
And you got 2, 3, 4 coming, so probably part of the idea there. Brought the lefty starter, so this set of switch hitters.
Got something I threw out last night. I'll throw it out to you. It's a strategy type thing.
I'm interested. I like strategy.
Well, it started last night when somebody tried to lay down or acted like they were going to try to lay down a bunt with 2 outs, nobody on. And I've always thought that's a bad play. You know, you got to try to get yourself in scoring position. And I started thinking about it a little bit. And with home runs playing such a big part of the scoring nowadays, I guess it's over 40% of runs come via the home run.
That's a very high number. I don't know exactly what
That
it is.
you got to start thinking about first base being in scoring position.
Depending on where you are in the lineup. I mean,
So,
most teams have.
You know, maybe it's more important to be a little conservative running the bases. You know, be satisfied with, you know, laying down a bunt and getting the second instead of trying to swing the bat and get an extra base hit. Because it doesn't matter if you're on first or second or third. If somebody hits a home run, it's going to count the same.
Yeah. Well, we have seen that. I mean, in terms of stealing bases, and we've seen the Pirates, who aren't really projected to hit a lot of home runs. They're trying to make up for that,
But there's just
by
not
taking
that
that extra base, for
That's
instance.
right, right.
So, but there are very few teams in that position. So I can see that, especially if you're not going great at the plate, you don't like the pitching matchup, maybe, and they're giving you that side of the field. You feel like you can bunt your way on. Why not?
I used to. I was just thinking, the guy's thinking of himself, going to get a cheap hit because they're playing back. But
It's like Trevor Williams was
Maybe
talking
not.
about. You know, Trevor's in 5th season in the major leagues, and he's talking about how the game has changed from when he's come up to now, and it is changing again. And that's
it's really changed, say, in the last 30 years.
Oh yeah,
Teams just don't,
10 years really.
You don't see guys giving themselves up and moving runners like how often do you see somebody? And this was part of it last night. You see this breaking ball blocked.
He's so good at that.
Commit to hitting the ball the other way to move a runner to third. They're just assumed. Most of the time, they're just hitting their normal way. If they hit it to left or they hit a ground ball to third, so be it.
And it's not out of necessarily selfishness. It's about the long term, the ability to hit the home run is easier than ever.
So they're trying to drive the ball over the fence instead of. Nobody plays for 1 run, basically.
Yeah, very seldom. Very seldom
Play
situation.
for the big score.
And that's very different than, let's say, 5 and 6 years ago in baseball, where the home runs runs were down, and then all of a sudden the home runs spiked to numbers never seen in baseball by a wide margin. So the ebbs and flows, whether it's the ball, whether it's approach, both, and the game has changed, and it will continue to change. The Pirates got help from a double play a couple of times tonight. Lindor hit into one his last time around. Used one here. Sandy Alomar. Santana drove in 5 last night. 3-1. Ooh, big rip. Neverauskas always got that good right arm. Want to see if he can put it together consistently at the big league level. You know, one of the things that really helped him is this season started with 30-man rosters, now 28-man rosters. No pitchers limit, which was originally intended for this season. He's out of options. There was never a real choice, especially with all the injuries that the Pirates have had pitching-wise. He wasn't on the bubble. He's in the bubble. And he strikes out Lindor. That's a big second out.
Now, Lindor did not want to swing at that knee-high breaking ball.
That's a little surprising because it looks like it's a strike until the last moment.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 strikes on him.
It was almost like he's trying to draw a walk.
Oscar Marin is out. He's got him feeling blue. And the Pirates, in partnership with PNC, are proud to support local small businesses. RS Supply is a family-owned business that carries an extensive line of paper products, janitorial supplies, and personal protective equipment. RS Supply has an in-depth knowledge of products that help enhance customer productivity, efficiency, and cost control. Visit RS Supply at rsupplyllc.com. Trying to help support small businesses in and around our area. Lindor now 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts looking and a double play grounded into. And then Santana last night with the 5 RBIs, but he has walked 5 more times than any other batter in baseball. And you really got me thinking about that last approach. You know, is there a benefit if you are struggling at the plate to look for a walk, or I mean, you got 2 strikes, you have to defend.
Yeah, and you made the point that that breaking ball is in the strike zone the entire way there. It's in the upper part of the strike zone, and then it falls to the lower part of the strike zone as it gets close to the plate, but it's still right there. So,
And when you're not going well, you're not going well, I guess, right? You don't see it right?
no confidence is, I think, maybe what becomes the situation. You're reluctant to swing. You don't have confidence you're going to do anything with it.
Hope they get it going by Friday. Just Friday's fine.
Yeah,
Friday,
once they leave, then they can do whatever they want.
Until the final series of the season, these 2 teams will meet in Cleveland for the final series of the regular year.
And all these well-known hitters with subpar stats, keep them there.
So far, it's been the pitchers ruling the roost. Didn't bite on that curve. Santana has hit 148 against right-handed pitching this year. He's got Hernandez, who doubled with 1 out, now with 2 away. He's there, and Ramirez walked. Nothing in the 6th. Right there. Now, if he's got any rust, he's been shaking it off. Will be on the move with 2 outs. is 3-2. And that one is well out of here to right. There will be no review. Carlos Santana, second straight game with a 3-run homer.
Didn't take long. Went to the back seat. Back row.
Well, he has gotten hot in this series. 8 RBIs for Carlos Santana. And a strike away from getting out of it. He hits that 3-run home run. He had 4 RBIs coming into this series.
They have one of the louder dugouts, don't they? They make some noise down there.
Mainly for him, Carlos Santana. He just started to heat up.
Last night they were beating on the padding of the railing and the ice chests. Like it was away from him a little bit. Outside, it is over the heart of the plate, but outside half. He took a 3-1 pitch, about the same height, but on the inside half.
I think that's what Neverauskas, he threw him that cutter, and then he wanted to throw it again in and missed his spot. And boom.
Yeah, I think that was on the fair side of the pole.
I think he's suggesting the same thing. So Cleveland will score first tonight. Think about, this isn't a wild number. So far this year, Cleveland is 11-0 when they score 3 or more runs. That's how good their pitching has been. Just 3 runs. Now that can change tonight, of course, but so far it is that has been the standard. Neverauskas comes back to get Reyes, but Carlos Santana at it again. 3-0 Cleveland.
TNT Sportsnet is brought to you by Trax, the best-selling small SUV in Pittsburgh, and by Levin's, official home furniture and mattress supplier of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's go Bucks!
Carlos Santana, 8 RBIs in 2 games. It's Cleveland on the board first. And that bouncer is fair, so Jacob Stallings with his second hit tonight. And they'll put on the brakes.
Yeah, we see that swing again. It didn't look like he was kind of trying to hit a ground ball. Maybe not right down the first baseline, but definitely trying to get on top of the ball and hit it the other way.
Well, maybe with all that movement from Savali, trying to compensate for that.
2 knocks.
I'll leave it up to the catcher, right, to solve the opposing pitcher. Been a good hitter in interleague games. I forget about interleague this year because, you know, half the time you're almost a third of the time, literally, you're facing the American League.
It's like they just expanded the division.
Yeah, a little. The American Conference.
You got the playoffs expanded. Everything's different this year.
Yeah. Yeah, the top 2 teams in each of the 6 divisions will qualify for this year's postseason, and then 2 more teams in each league to make 8 aside, 16 teams out of the 30. It's never happened before where more than half the teams qualify for the postseason, so that adds to the excitement. And that's great because in a shortened season, the whole point of a long baseball season is that, well, the best teams will rise to the top. In a short season.
Well, to be honest with you, the best team is not the team that wins the World Series. It's the team that comes in first place, wins the most games, that sort of thing.
And until 1969, the team that won the league went to the World Series.
Yeah, and that was it. And they kind of had the little playoff to kind of like bragging rights, who's the best league, that sort of thing. So that's
how it started.
What started the whole thing together, yeah.
Yeah, when the Pirates met with Boston, that's all that was. Got the lead out, and that's a double play. Pirates rarely hit into double plays. They've been the best at avoiding grounding into a double play in baseball this year, but turn 2, racing the leadoff man.
What a great friend that is for the pitcher.
We've seen a few on both sides now.
Trevor's reaction to the double play earlier. And that reaction, you can't go like that out on the mound, but that's how you feel. When you get that double play on the mound, it's like, wow, this is awesome.
There has never been a guy with a, I should say there, I was going to say there's never been a strikeout double play. Of course there is, with the guy caught stealing. But my point I was going to try to make, which I've totally messed up now, is that, when you're pitching away from contact,
Tough to come up with that.
You don't offer yourself that possibility when you do have that double play situation. And Savali, he is pitching to contact. He has a few strikeouts tonight, but filling up the strike zone.
Changing speeds, making the ball move left, right, commanding his fastball up, down, in and out, taking the sting out of the bat. He's giving up a couple sharply hit balls too. Sometimes those go right at somebody.
Sometimes hitters are good, and sometimes the pitchers have the better of them. So far, Savali.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Look at our AHN injury update. Phillip Evans, who we know is not going to participate the rest of this year, he's going to have to undergo surgery to repair that broken jaw that he suffered, along with the concussion. The symptoms have now gone away from that, at least. But yeah, Evans colliding with Gregory Polanco, trying to make the catch in foul ground up right field. Very sad news for Phillip Evans, who was best Pirate hitter this year. Shealy's numbers on Jeff Hartley.
Doing better this year. And very usable guy coming out of that pen.
Jordan Luplow on a base hit. Rolled one right through the right side.
Kind of duck hooked that one out there.
And while I'm thinking of him, I just want to pass along a happy 48th anniversary to Joe and Faye Surkoch. That is a great milestone. How far along are you and Lori now? You guys got to be
40, I guess.
in that range. I was going to say, you're probably nearing that vicinity.
Yeah, I think we got a 40th coming up.
That's wonderful. Luplow with the leadoff walk.
Not sure what day it is, but I know it's somewhere close.
Thing Lori doesn't watch.
Yeah, she might be.
Maybe tonight.
I know exactly what day it is. Don't worry.
We still haven't gotten to double digits yet, but we hope to get to 48. So congratulations on that anniversary tonight. Glad you got the Buccos with you. bit of rhythm coming from that Cleveland bench.
There they go. That was. We heard that a lot last night. I was a little worried there for a while that it was some kind of code for curveball.
Well, you know what? You see those seats, there's nobody there. We miss the fans so much. Why not try to create your own energy? If you've got a lead and it's late in the ball game. It's one of the cool things about college, especially softball. You see that in college softball a lot. Almost constant chatter. It's a fun energy when you're winning. When you're the team that's winning, that's fun. Hartley comes through with a strikeout.
So what you're saying is it's a little amateur-like.
No, not at all. No, I'm saying if you're not winning, if you're the team that's going.
No, you were comparing it to amateur. It's very amateur-like, making those noises over there.
That's not what I was intending.
But it's what you said, and I like it. Because that's what I was thinking.
I like the.
Oh, I remember it. I remember in high school and junior college. You used to do that stuff all the time.
Well, this is a different.
In amateur baseball.
Yeah, a different time though. But there aren't the fans that. I mean, they're on the road here, but.
Well, it's not bothering me. I'm just saying what it really is. It's what you did when you were not playing professionally.
Yeah. Hopefully the Pirates will take a lead here in next inning, and that's the way to quiet them down, right? They can start their own.
I don't know if that'll.
They can get their own band going. You got Brault singing, right? Probably singing in the shower right now.
Now 3-0. He's happy, but he's pretty much a team guy. He's not happy at that score.
They may have better beats, but we got better lyrics. Hey, we'll take them. The Rob Schneider effect. Perez distracted by his teammates. No, I think he's disputing the strike zone. Look at the UPMC strike zone. Yeah, 2 pitches in the zone along the borders.
Like that one.
Look at the AHN Supermo. Hartley has really come into his own. Remember when play resumed this year, he was not part of summer camp. And undoubtedly it had to fuel him as he started with the Altoona group, but with all the injury Pirates have suffered, especially on the pitching side. He was called up very early in this season. And they picked him off. Luplow picked off by Jeff Hartley.
Watch the location of the throw. That's always very big for the right-handers.
Luplow thinks he's safe. Cleveland's going to challenge. You make the call.
On a right-hander's pickoff,
He's safe.
It's all about quickness. It's not about deception. So part of that quickness equation is the time it takes to catch the ball and then apply a tag. So the importance of the throw being right there is probably more important than really putting velocity on it as you're throwing it over there.
This is going to be overturned. There was another view a moment ago that was clear as a summer day is long right there, that Luplow did get back in. So if the umpires in New York see it that way, then Luplow maintains his position at first base.
If they don't, they don't.
No truer words have ever been spoken, Bob.
Yep.
He's on the base. And there's the tag.
I've learned on these
I have not learned.
replays that my opinion means absolutely nothing.
When I'm confident, I stick my neck out and I'm right half the time.
Yeah. Basically, me too.
This coin will either be heads or tails, and then it falls on its side. That's kind of how it goes once in a while. Well, obviously, they have not seen it the same way that
You've seen it.
I've seen it, because they were
They're taking their time.
rendered a decision at this point. The newly expanded replay center in Manhattan. What do you think?
I think they should move the replay center to somewhere in the middle of the country so that they won't have to stay up so late for West Coast games.
That's a great point, yeah.
Be like in Denver or something.
And the call is overturned, so Cleveland maintains the right to challenge.
Maintains possession of the first base bag.
Yeah. First down, Browns. Back to one out. And a little chatter there with Trip Gibson. Might have had to do with the on-deck hitter. Not sure. Delano DeShields kind of in that direction, either that or toward the Cleveland bench.
I heard the chatter, but I couldn't hear what.
Something about it's a privilege or something. That's all I could hear.
So my ears are no good anymore. So
What's that?
I thought I heard it's not about you.
Maybe my ears are no good anymore.
I can't hear anything. I'm next to worthless at like a drive-through for ordering.
You'd think the audio technology would have advanced through the years. Fast food drive-thrus. The megaphone into a tin can has continued through the years. Out to right, twisting, foul. Luplow finding new life at first. With all that action on the Hartley two-seam, fast-seam with Perez, the way that he runs, I think that would be a good play candidate. So because of that, maybe they put Luplow in motion here. And it's ball four. 2 walks in the inning. Pirates 2021 schedule now available for you. And the Pirates will face off against the American League Central next year. Also, Mets and Phillies resume those series as well. Pirates have you covered however you want to cheer on the Bucks with season tickets, group outings, mini plans, and a whole lot more. Sign up and get more info Pirates.com/2021. Thinking ahead.
I've already started looking at it.
What have you found?
I found that the season starts on 1st of April.
No fooling. No fooling.
No.
As I said.
Against the Cubbies.
Okay. In the division.
Chi-town.
Yeah.
I'll be having that spicy pasta for opening day.
There you go. I bet you. Yeah, what are you missing from road trips? There's a good bit of restaurants.
Oh yeah,
that you frequent.
I miss Chicago. I miss Milwaukee.
I mean, you miss the spicy pasta. What are the foods? Maybe restaurants, huh? Or maybe the media dining. Right?
The steamed mussels in Philly.
Oh yes. There's an evening gathering spot that we like there.
Every city has a little spot somewhere.
And DeShields caught looking. So walk, strikeout looking, walk, strikeout looking. That's the action here in the 7th. And now Hernandez.
Not a lot of fair balls, huh?
Hernandez hit one to the notch for a double last inning. Trying to keep
Very
this.
shallow in left field.
Yeah, it's not like he's a punchless hitter.
Yeah, giving him that notch again.
14 home runs with Philly last year. Of course, that ballpark a little smaller, but still, I mean, that's far from just a slap hitter.
You know what happens when a guy's talking to his dugout? Throw behind him and pick him off.
Maybe Moran will.
A little too much conversation going over there with the guys on the drums. That'll work.
The beat is gone. And so is Cleveland in the 7th. They strand 2 in the inning. One of the joys of this time of night, our 7th inning stretch. Let's listen in to Take Me Out the Ball Game here at PNC Park.
It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Let's join Pirates season ticket holders, the Priano family, and everyone watching on AT&T Sportsnet as we follow the bouncing Eden Park Smiley Cookie and sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. No, I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the Pirates. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2,
Aaron Savali, 3 singles. Pirates have not reached second base thus far. But you got the heart of the order: Bell, Moran, and Reynolds. Remember, Stephen Brault started for the Pirates. He had not pitched more than 3 innings this year. He went 5, and he was matching Savali pitch for pitch.
Yeah, we had one of the best duels of the year going for a while there.
Next up, Tyler Bachelor, looking to make his Pirates debut. Former Met. Skied to left. And Luplow has the first out. How about Savali's pitch count? 75 pitches with 1 out in the 7th inning. That's been such a strength for Cleveland. Their starters are averaging 6 innings a night.
Why you can have a record like they have, 14-9 before the night, with really a very poor offense to this point. Pitching. I know there's examples of exceptions to the rule, but you pitch, you win.
Yeah, that is case in point. Cleveland entering this series before the game yesterday, fewest runs scored per game out of the 30 teams in baseball, fewest runs allowed. And right there, almost neck and neck with Minnesota. Into the shift. Teams have played Moran well. He's hit into a few of those last week or so.
He's had very good exit velocity numbers this year. He really is hitting the ball much harder. And the shift, that's the spot that you lose your hits. On the pole side of second base, they put a man there. For decades, nobody was playing that spot.
I wonder if that's part of the reason why you see the hitters' approaches. Hey, well, the old expression, hit it where they ain't. Well, they ain't in the stands.
Huh? Nobody out there. Well, no, there is somebody else. Who is that?
Two-dimensional. And Savali working through the order. Quickly through the 7th. He has shut out the Pirates so far. Under the LEDs at PNC Park. 3-0 Cleveland on the UPMC scoreboard. Carlos Santana with a home run in the 6th. And for the first time, we see Tyler Bachelor as a Pirate.
Well, hopefully we'll have a nice debut, and maybe we can get a W tonight. Still just a 3-run ball game.
Shealy's numbers last year with the Mets. He'll face Ramirez, then Lindor, and Carlos Santana. So 2, 3, and 4, all switch hitters who will appear left-handed. 95. And the Pirates picked him up in a trade after he was designated for assignment. Was up with the Mets for a day this year, but did not pitch. And then once he was acquired a couple of weeks ago, sent to the alternate training camp over in Altoona. Got that slider, that big breaking ball, also a changeup.
And a blue glove. You want to.
Yeah, still got the Mets colors on there.
Different colored glove one of these days. No rush right now.
Yeah, he spent his whole career with the Mets system after he was drafted 7 years ago. Grew up in Springfield, Georgia. There's some of that Mets blue, royal blue, or actually Dodger blue.
It's a good-looking glove. Brooklyn blue.
Yeah, the Brooklyn Dodgers. When the Mets came into existence in 1962, they wanted to pluck a little bit from the New York Giants, so they used the same logo and that orange that the Giants used, interlocking NY. And the Brooklyn Dodgers, the other team that had departed New York for the West Coast. And so a leadoff walk. Ramirez has walked a couple of times tonight. Lindor coming up 0 for 3 tonight. Glad to have you along here with us. So happy to tell you baseball is back, and the MLB app. That's the only place you can get all your baseball action, in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, standings, and a whole lot more. Download the MLB app today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. Pretty night shaping up. Ramirez 3 steals in 3 tries. Lindor has been caught looking on strikes twice and grounded into a double play. And they'll try to stay out of the double play. Ramirez got a huge jump, and that's why he's in there. Otherwise, a great pitch to throw on and a very good throw from Stallings.
Yeah, Stallings did everything he could. That was a great throw right on the money.
Watch how soon he took off. I mean, the
Made
first
it close.
movement. Yeah, I thought he's going to be popping up.
Tell you what, that was a
close.
nice tag, too, by Newman. Watching the replay, the throw was on the bag, but it really was about waist high, but Newman was so quick, I didn't catch that in real life. What a quick tag to the hand.
So good at letting that ball travel. Sometimes you see an inexperienced middle infielder, right? They grab the ball and then they kind of swipe it.
Third baseman or catcher, or anybody. You got to let the ball come to you. You go out and get it and then try to make the tag. Same thing over at first base on those pickoffs like we were talking before. If it's a good throw right there, you don't have to go catch it. Let the ball come to you. As you're catching the ball, you're almost tagging the runner at the same time.
The ball travels faster than you could ever move it.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw it go 60 feet in 0.3 of a second a while ago.
And then liner back to Brault.
So, I mean, how long does it take you to catch a ball and then bring it down to a tag? If it's going in the right direction, let the ball do the work.
And on a bang-bang play, sometimes that can make the difference. So Ramirez with his 4th steal. Trying to add an insurance run here in the 8th. And Bachelor with a strikeout. And 3 strikeouts tonight for Lindor. He is frustrated. It has not gone well for him tonight. Overall, down a little bit this year.
Pretty good breaking pitch as far as movement.
And the head nod from Stallings, too, yeah.
Lindor is upset because location-wise, he thought he should have hit that pitch. I mean, it's middle of the plate, mid-thigh. Wasn't really all that far from that one he took the strike out on earlier. That one was about the knees, and this one was about mid-thigh.
We've told you that Cleveland trying to figure it out too, like the Pirates. Some of their hitters that year after year have hit, or last year hit very well.
Santana's batting average sitting right now at 200.
That's up. because he's knocked in 8 runs,
Oh, yeah. But
a couple of home runs in the series.
Yeah, coming in, he was doing nothing.
He was just trying to walk, just to do something productive. Feeling good after that home run his last time. That's the only scoring in this game, a 3-run home run in the 6th inning.
Ramirez was taking a very aggressive lead.
Now, Newman is the only Pirate near him.
Yeah, he can kind of watch him in his peripheral vision. He didn't have to turn his head very much to see where he's at.
He's going to try to steal third. No throw. And with a lefty batter up, he steals third.
Told you, he's taking that big lead.
And that's an important advance with 1 out. Fly ball now can yield another run.
That pitch before, you could see him just inching off, inching off, inching off. He was trying to see how much he could get. And as you just pointed out, when are you worried about the steal? 1 out. When do they want to steal? 1 out. So that's where you gotta do some extra stuff sometimes, the base stealer, to prevent that.
Infield comes up.
That would have been a great time to call a spin move. He's trying to get maximize his lead. You see him inching off, put that spin move on, and it's not really to pick anybody off. Sometimes you do, but most of the time all you're doing is you kind of like shock him a little bit, scare him. You're like, oh,
They're paying attention.
When that front leg comes up, I just can't take off because he might be swinging it back toward me. So I gotta really. There's another thing I gotta think about before I leave for third base.
And that might
So you
just
see,
keep him home.
you see guys do that spin move, and they'll go up and you're like, what'd they do that for? Just wasting time. Just show that once or twice so that the runners know that you have that in your toolbox and you might do it. That makes them much less aggressive when it comes to taking that lead in these scenarios.
And Santana strikes out. So Bachelor back-to-back strikeouts. Needed that with the infield up. Now they can back up.
That's a beautiful pitch.
The Old Express.
Right where Stallings wanted. He saw Stallings set up way outside. He wanted that no closer than right on the corner.
Well, when the Pirates acquired Bachelor, and Charrington was talking about how the Pirates is someone that they've liked for a while. The scouts have paid attention to Bachelor for a while, and the informatics team, the analytics, they liked him. And Ben's words, a chance to blossom in a bullpen role. So he'll get the opportunity the way that the injuries have opened up spots for the Pirates. We're already seeing a couple of guys who pitch well that weren't originally part of the plan. The silver lining of what has been a tough year for the Bucks record-wise thus far. Lost that breaking ball.
2 in a row. He's throwing way inside like that. It's coming out of his hand real early. Not having his release point hammered down very well.
And behind 3-0. Three-run game here in the 8th. And he'll take the walk. So 2 walks in the inning. Cleveland has put 1 ball in play since the Santana home run back in the 6th. 4 Pirate walks. Aaron Savali through 7 innings right now on 80 pitches. And Tyler Naquin is going to come up and bat for Luplow. We want the lefty batter. Part of the platoon. So Luplow done after a 1-for-2 with a walk. Naquin 4 for 24.
Change up there.
Does have one, the Bachelor.
3 pitches so far I've seen. Is that what he's got?
That's all I've got on him
got
from
the-
Statcast.
Bachelor 1 is a fastball. Bachelor 2 is a slider. Bachelor number 3 is a changeup.
That's the connection.
Changeup, I think. The breaking ball looks to be more around 81 miles an hour. Fastball's at 95. Looks like his changeup's going to settle in around the 89 to 90 area.
2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 steals, and now 2 strikes on Naquin.
94 with that heater. It's a good velocity. It should play well, especially upstairs. Sets it up with the other 2 pitches.
And that's exactly what he talked about yesterday. As the Mets are trying to convince him to throw the fastball up more, the Pirates trying to do the same thing.
Oh, we got drumsticks now. Kind of sounds more like football season to me when I get that going.
That's trying to get the insurance run across. And Bachelor in his Pirates debut trying to get out of it. Now 2-2. This will be the 153rd pitch by the Pirates tonight. And that will put Reyes in motion from first.
That one was 96 with movement. See that little tail that ball had as it moved off the plate away? Velocity was 96.
Yeah, you can see why the Pirates
He got some good stuff.
had a little, as we're seeing here in this inning, but has had trouble with walks throughout his pro career. Clean that up. You like that right arm. 3-2.
Oh,
doesn't get that
should have
strike.
been strike 3 there.
Instead, the 3rd walk of the inning, and the 7th by Pirates pitching tonight, and Oscar Marine. Yeah, I bet, especially for a guy making a debut, first new team, probably a good mound visit right here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that wasn't your fault. You had him. Now go get this guy. Looks like Oscar's smiling, trying to keep it light. But that's half the job of a mound visit, if not the whole job, right?
Yeah,
Just
I'd say 99% of it.
Confidence.
You know, and even when it's not light, it's like, hey, you know, this is going to be your last hitter. But you know what? You got to tell the truth when you go out there. You can't lie to the pitcher. Pitcher knows. You know, he knows what's going on.
And they've got Nick Mears up in back of them. Yeah, I don't want to extend the pitch count probably too high in what has been a laborious inning. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts.
I'm sure it was like, hey, you got one more hitter, no matter what. You know, make it a good one, get back in the strike zone.
Ramirez, the lead runner, he walked and then stole second and stole third. And then 2 walks since. Domingo Santana, 0 for 3 tonight, hit a rocket right into Brault's glove in the 5th inning. But he's 5 for his last 47. Two career grand slams. Remember, he was with the Brewers for a number of years. The name's familiar. Three-run game here in the 8th. Can't afford to fall any farther behind. Hard hit and fair. That's going to trickle toward the corner. That plate's a pair at least. And here comes Naquin. Bases clearing double for Domingo Santana. And Cleveland doubles their lead to 6-0 here in the 8th.
See, that is why the walks hurt you so bad. I mean, this is not really a rocket hit anywhere.
Well placed.
I mean, look at that. It's a 2-hopper. If it's over 10 feet, it's just a routine ground ball. Inning zone over. So you got to guard, you know, help yourself against that kind of a deal by not putting a bunch of guys on base. Because then somebody happens to just bounce one over a bag, and look how bad it hurts you. Did that get him?
Maybe. It sounded like there was
I thought I heard a double tap.
Roberto Perez with a grunt of anguish as well. And remember, he just came off the injury list with a shoulder strain yesterday. Their starting catcher, a reigning Gold Glove catcher in the American League.
Was that the first ball they put in play this inning?
Yes, it was. And only the second in 2 innings.
And they've scored 3 runs.
Now another free base runner, 3 walks and a hit batter. And while Perez gets attended to, they'll make the pitching change. As Bachelor, hopefully nothing more than a bruise, but that's always a vulnerable area. So Bachelor done after facing 7 hitters. Nick Mears coming on for the Bucks. Bases clearing double by Domingo Santana after 3 walks. And Perez stays in the game after being hit with the pitch. So 2 on with 2 out. And Bachelor, after Pirate game number 1, turns it over to Nick Mears here in his 2nd Major League game. Shealy's numbers.
Not a lot of numbers yet.
He came on 11 days ago, was called up yesterday. His first ever big league hitter was Miguel Cabrera. If that wasn't eventful enough, he fouled out to right when Gregory Polanco caught a ball.
That's right.
And of course, his elbow collided with Phillip Evans, breaking his jaw, ending his season, and sending him to imminent surgery, which we found out today. Very eventful big league debut for Mr. Mears. number 9 hitting Delano DeShields, 0 for 3 tonight. Cleveland has 5 hits. Pirates have walked 7. 4 have come around to score.
Did it go?
The answer is yes.
6-0 late. Yeah, he went.
Trying to strand the inherited runners. Well out in front.
I think it used to be a lot more of that where the umpires pick up the pace of a game by the way they called it. And it was a
And now they're
lopsided,
monitored.
lopsided lead one way or another. Yeah, now you can't monitor it, rate it.
Did not like that curveball from Mears. And so he strands the 2 men. The Miller Lite moment from tonight's game, and Aaron Savali has been awfully good this evening.
Yes, he has. It's been a mixture of a lot of different pitches, setting some things up, throwing some good fastballs in on guys' hands, get some jam shots. Work fast, throw strikes, change speeds. That's the recipe, and it's been working for a number of decades.
On the UPMC scoreboard, 6-0 Cleveland. Now we're working with a larger lead. And some changes as Domingo Santana moves over from from right to left. And Tyler Naquin stays in the game to play right field after pinch hitting for Luke Lowe. So just 80 pitches to enter the inning. Pirates have 3 singles off Savali, no walks. He's faced 2 over the minimum. And they have not had a runner in scoring position yet. It also represents the fact that he's pitching this 8th inning. You know, it's a contrast in philosophies. Some teams are very, very protective of pitchers in the sense that they won't put him out there, but I don't see any reason why you would take Savali out of the game. He's pitched very, very well. His pitch count's very, very efficient.
Well, it depends on what era you're in. You know.
Now, if there's a sign that, okay, maybe this inning gets a little wild or something, okay, call it a night. Carl Willis, the pitching coach. All right. But if he keeps on rolling, all right, let him have it. It's going to be a long run for Jose Ramirez. Oh, he almost overran it. He was playing closer to the second base bag than the line.
Been active tonight on the bases and running down pop flies. There he goes. It takes off. Long way to go. Very nice.
Jose Osuna has one of the Pirates' 3 hits. He's not played in 16 days. Remember, he was briefly reassigned to Altoona and then called back up.
Be out of options after this year, correct?
I think so. That sounds right.
Next year. Yeah, interesting spring training for him.
Yeah, he's just always, you know, he learned third base in winter ball a couple of years ago. And that's where he's playing tonight in an effort to make him, you know, give him a chance at more playing time. But, you know, third base is a spot that the Pirates have had players at that they've liked. Bell, of course, has played first. He's even attempted to play the outfield. Natural first baseman. He's pitched.
He's got a good arm. I mean, he can play a lot of different places. Probably not It can't play in the middle of the field. You know, center field, second base, shortstop. That would be a no, but versatile enough to go just about anywhere else.
And the shame for him, you know, with the rule changes, he had emerged with some help from his teammate last year, Melky Cabrera, as one of the finer pinch hitters in
Right.
baseball last year.
But that's a job that's disappeared.
The only pinch hitting job that you can regularly get now is the designated hitter. You get 4 pinch hits a night. That's really what it is.
Yeah, if you're not a DH, then you got luck.
And the Pirates, like most teams, American League or National League, kind of rotate guys in and out. Makes sense. Riddle has not started in 10 days. He's hit 2 right back to the mound tonight.
Yeah, there's not too many full-time pinch hitter, or excuse me, designated hitters anymore.
Nelson Cruz,
It's like 2
Miguel
of them, right?
Cabrera.
I mean, that was
There's probably 1 or 2 more. But
that was
not
what
many, yeah.
was very common when they first came up with the
Oh,
rule.
yeah. Some are in the Hall of Fame. Aaron Savali has blanked the Bucks through 8. Let's take a look at our Coppers K line. For Stephen Brault, an excellent start tonight with 3. 5 shutout innings. He still is not allowed to run as a starter this year.
Yeah, he looked very sharp after that first inning. You could see the pitches at 80 got out of hand because of the first inning. But, man, he settled down nicely through the next 4. Nice pitch mix also. He really is getting away from being just a strictly fastball guy.
Yeah, 12 innings for Brault as a starting pitcher. No runs. Nick Mears.
Ooh, 97.
When
A little smoke on that one.
Now, when we heard about him, he can dial it up in those upper 90s, pairing with that good curveball that he fanned the Shields on. That's quite a contrast in speeds. 97, here's 78. Down 2 strikes. Out of Rockland, California.
Sounds like a place that Wayner would like. Rockland.
Well, it's a community that was built for John Wayner, actually. A planned community.
The Stony area.
Yeah, it's plenty of chicken sandwiches around, breading.
How's Rock doing? You've talked to him lately?
I haven't seen him, but I've talked with him a lot, yeah.
Be back Sunday.
Now full on Hernandez. And he walks him after being quickly ahead 0-2, so 8 walks by Pirate pitching. Pirates have allowed the most walks per 9 innings in baseball this year. Would be a franchise record. And some of it, I mean, you look at all the different pitchers that they've used. What is it, 26 now? 26 different pitchers, including John Ryan Murphy, their catcher, that they used for an inning. That's usually the one thing when you look at Mears or Batchelor or any of these guys. Very promising arms, but usually that maybe that separator is okay. Do you have that command yet that is required to really be a consistently effective big league pitcher. And for Mears, I mean, he barely made Double-A last year for the first time in his pro career. Last year was his first full professional season.
Yeah, I agree. If you're scouting amateur baseball, that's what you're looking for. You try to get those big arms. That gets you in the door, then you're on your own. You got to find that command and get outs.
Nice jamming fastball at 97. Ramirez has walked twice. He's stolen a pair of bases. Usually when you come into the plate 0 for 2, you've had kind of a dull night. He's been on base 3 times and reached on an error as well. Mears played some college ball at Sacramento City College and was undrafted. The Pirates signed him out of the North Woods League, the College Wooden Bat League in the upper Midwest. Signed him in late August in 2018, so he pitched just a couple of innings in Morgantown, and then last year was that first full professional season. And pitched well. He strikes out Jose Ramirez. Well, it's been a very interesting later innings here for Cleveland. They put 2 balls in play in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings combined. It's yielded 3 runs for him. Walk, strikeout, ground out. Walk, strikeout, walk, double, hit batter. Strikeout, walk, strikeout.
It's the modern game of baseball, right there in a nutshell.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be true, but you'd almost think you put one of these cutouts out there. That's, of course, not the case. But they made it count when they got that one swing of the bat. Domingo Santana with a 3-run double in the 8th. Carlos Santana with a 3-run home run in the 6th. And Cifali, 8 shutout frames on the mound. Let's see if they can get 2 out of this. Wow, yes. Tough night for Francisco Lindor, one of the game's best. 3 strikeouts, 2 double plays ground into. But Cleveland is up 6-0.
Brought to you by Sheely's. Furniture, appliances, mattresses. The best things in life happen at home. And by RAV4. It's time to go Toyota with legendary safety and reliability. Toyota, let's go places. Let's go Bucks.
Last chance for the Bucks. Down a half dozen here in the 9th. Aaron Civale took the mound in the 1st inning. He's still on the mound in the 9th inning.
He's got an outside shot. It's staying under 100 pitches.
Maddox. And Cole Tucker, the pinch hitter. Stallings 2 for 2. They lifted for Tucker. Getting him in at bat. Pirates have managed 3 base runners, the 2 singles by Stallings and then Osuna's single. Have not gotten to second base tonight. Yeah, that's the man right there.
The old Pirate pitching coach, Ray Miller. He used to have this little tiny notebook, one of the little tiny small ones, had rubber bands around it. See, it was all ragged, old looking. And one day he was writing in it, and it's filled with little names and dates. And any time during his pitching coach career, He had a complete game. Shutout. No, that one. It was a shutout or a complete game with less than 100 pitches. Your name got to be put in that little book.
That's neat. Now, those are fine performances.
And Savali, I probably won't do it now. He's up 98 pitches, but he had a chance to throw the shutout and be below 100 pitches.
Tucker out toward right center and deep. And there's the first Pirates extra base hit of the evening, a pinch hit double to start the ninth. Hello, second base.
Been a while. How you doing?
That's how it starts.
You see that dot. And that slider did not move. Right down the middle. Might be getting a little tired here in the ninth inning.
Trying to break up the shutout at least. Pirates are very prolific scoring in the ninth inning. Adam Simber, sidewinding righty. Nice little finish on that too.
Oh yeah, a little flare with the red shoes.
That's fun. Hope to see him. That means that the Pirates have probably touched Savali for one or more. Maybe the fourth time around. Boy, you almost never see that anymore. They've got their eye on him to see. Hard hit. But caught. When froze for a moment, waiting for a signal.
Been a couple balls like that tonight. Hit hard. It adds somebody.
Look at our Point Park tweet, and with Bieber going tomorrow, Savali going tonight. This is 3 years ago. I'm watching Corey Kluber, who at that time was right there, top of his game, one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. Hurt this year with Texas. It reminds me of one of my first moments stepping in Bradenton a few years back, where Trevor Williams, Chad Kuhl, Jamison Tyone, and Stephen Brault. The four of them were talking in the minor league side of Pirate City, in that clubhouse, and they were talking about Garrett Cole. And I forget exactly what they were saying, but I remember they were comparing something that he was doing, and they're all ruminating about maybe being a big league pitcher one day, and all of them were up with the Pirates very shortly thereafter. None had been big league pitchers to that point. And it's interesting to think about how that develops over time. And Kevin Newman, it just wouldn't be a night without a hit from him. That hitting streak up to 8 games.
He's going to find a place to land the baseball. Just keeps hitting. Keep hitting it out there. It'll fall.
The Pirates with a couple of hits off Savali here in this ninth inning.
It gets up there after that one. A lot of guys, too, they might put this ball in play, but it's a pop fly. He gets up there with it, a little semi-line drive.
And Tucker, after that pinch double, has moved to third. Pirates could cut the deficit in half here with a big fly. Bell homered off Savali a month ago during a summer camp exhibition game. He's 0 for 3 tonight against him. And he sends one out to right toward the wall. Naquin with enough room and enough distance to score Tucker, so the Bucks break up the shutout. RBI number 10 for Josh Bell on the sac fly.
So Simber might be able to sit down here. Oliver Perez alongside. I guess if Moran gets a hit, they'd probably make the change, don't you think?
Yeah. It's going to be his last batter, I'd suppose.
Giving him one hitter to see if he can get the complete game. Very rare nowadays.
Yeah, you get about, in a full season, 2 or 3. That's usually the leader. Sometimes 4 in a year.
Yeah, if Ray was just starting out, he probably would just write down complete games in that book instead of shutouts and games under 100 pitches.
You could use a gum wrapper.
It was a small bowl, little tiny notebooks.
In the air to center. To Shields. That's carrying. He's got it. And Cleveland's got the first 2 games of this series. Aaron Savali pitched very well tonight. And he got some timely hits, too, from his bats.
Hey, really kind of a throwback type game. Pitch to contact, used the defense, kept pitch count down, and did well.
We'll come back and wrap it up here from PNC Park as Cleveland wins it 6-1 tonight.